Today we're going to delve into what context-driven coaching is and how we here at Melbourne Strength Culture use context in order to help improve the motor control or skill acquisition of our lifters and athletes here at Melbourne Strength Culture. For us, context-driven coaching is providing context that the lifter can draw upon from a skill or an exercise or a drill that is in a low threshold environment or a low task complexity environment where proprioception is high so that they can feel what's going on and they can increase their motor skill or motor control around that movement before applying it into a higher threshold environment like a barbell lift, like a deadlift or a squat. So today we're going to go over two drills that we like to use to dissociate hip extension from lumbar extension and shoulder and scapulothoracic movement from spinal movement. So the first movement that we have here is the band-assisted dead bug. We use this drill to build context for disassociating hip extension from lumbar extension. So that is hip movement from lower back movement. So this is the setup here. I've taken a band and I'm reaching that band towards the ceiling the entire time. This will help contract the anterior core. From here, I'm just going to let one leg drop towards the floor. And the most important thing for me is to not let my lower back arch off the ground. So at no point should there be any space between my lower back and the ground. The great thing about this drill is it gets great proprioceptive feedback because you can actually feel where your back is the entire time through the floor. The most common mistake with this exercise is that as your leg starts to drop and you start to move through hip extension, the lower back starts to arch. As you can see here in this second example, you can see my whole body starts to open up and I go through anterior tilt. The way that we control this movement is that we tell our athletes to just control the range of motion of which they're capable. So as you can see here, I'm going to just a little bit higher off the ground, about 15 degrees off the ground, and that should allow me to maintain my position of the lower back. From here, we then progress them further and further down towards the floor. The second drill that we're using here is the back to wall shoulder flexion, and this is going to help us disassociate shoulder flexion from excessive lumbar spine movement or extension. For this, I sit up in this position with my lower back and my head on the wall, and I'm just moving my arms through full shoulder flexion, or as high up as I can get without letting my lower back come off the wall. Again, we get great proprioceptive feedback from the wall, making this a really good teaching tool for our beginner lifters and athletes. Again, the most common mistake that we see with this movement is that as they start to move through shoulder flexion, is they want to compensate to get higher and higher, and that is through arching of the lower back. So what we do, just like the band-assisted dead bug, is we tell our athletes to control the range of motion in which they're capable, so they can start to begin to feel when their core is lost as a result of compensation. As always, thank you very much for watching this video. We hope it helped you out. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment sections below and I'll get to them as soon as I can. As always, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following. Happy lifting and welcome to the culture.